One of the most prominent bands on the Canterbury scene of the 1970s was Caravan, and in 1976 they released their seventh studio album, Blind Dog at St. Dunstans, and from that album, the closing ballad, All the Way. When the structure of the song takes shape, there's a certain ballad, charting ballad, from a few years earlier that I like in this track too, but I'll reveal that a bit later. So far, we've got like some kind of like frosty open cadence synth and some more kind of liquidy tones above it.
What if I say to you I could forget it, living our life? Easy come, easy go, my time had been until you came into my life. If I could do again, I'd beg and borrow for a second time around.
Think that first line. Well, if I say to you I could forget it. Right there, the way he sings it, the cadence, the key center, the arrangement, the tempo. I'm thinking of, and when I go away, I...
But I wouldn't change my life by a single day if I couldn't have you for dreaming of. Taking it all away, you and I, we had much better than before, better than all after. Doing it all the way, you and I, we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving
Pretty like major, like F major 7 to like B flat. Yeah, F major 7 to B flat major 7.
what you say, you never make a mountain.
Let's catch up on the lyrics. Yeah, quite a bit of major, like going between like major sevenths and minor chords on this one, um, giving it that kind of soft, kind of cushiony backdrop. Well, if I say to you I could forget it, believing out a lie, easy come, easy go, my time had been, until you came into my life. If I could do again, I'd beg and borrow for a second time around, but I wouldn't change my life by a single day if I couldn't have you for dreaming of. Let's see. Taking it all away. You and I, we had much better than before, better than or after, doing it all the way. You and I, we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving still. Huh. I'm a little bit confused as to whether he's still with this person. Is this... Yeah, I'm a little bit lost in those lines because it seems like he's lamenting um, an opportunity lost, wishing that he could do things over again. But then he kind of seems like he's talking to her in the present tense. Uh, I I should just get it over with as far as what I am thinking of in terms of
And when I go away, I know my heart can stay with my love. Though sometimes disappear, leaving me with all my own, so I could see, how to could be wrong. Doubting it all the way, must admit we had much better than before, better than all after. Doing it all the way, you and I, we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving till all alone and riding home. You'll always find me there, getting on. Ever comes into my mind, you'll always find me there.
a rather simple like midsection going where we've gone up to like D flat, C sharp, into F sharp. Yeah, still like in the major. So we've like modulated like three half steps from where we had been in that other section. And let's see, where are the lyrics going now? In what you'd say, you'd never make a mountain, though you sometimes disappeared, leaving me with all my own, so I could see all the seed I planted could be grown. Now there's some pretty dense metaphor right there. You would, in what you'd say, you'd never make a mountain. So I would take that to mean that the things that this other person says isn't really going to amount to a whole lot. Though you sometimes disappeared. Huh. So this person's more liable to disappear than to amount to a strong presence, leaving me with all my own so I could see all the seed I'd planted could be grown. So in this person's absence, he's left to pay more attention to his own accomplishments. Diving in all the way, must admit we had much better than before, better than or after. Doing it all the way, you and I, we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving till. Okay, I take it he's no longer with this person. Although there are things about that relationship that he thinks are made his life better than any time before or since. All alone and riding home, while you'd always find me there, getting on. Whatever comes into my mind, while you'd always find me there. Oh, if you got to be someone, let it shine on out of your eyes, till the feeling gets to you so strong that you can open up the skies.
Got to be someone, let it shine on out of
Now we've got some really beautiful passages right here. The way it starts in B flat major seven, and then drops to like A minor, maybe A minor, and then let's see. Geoffrey Richardson is responsible for the flute that we're hearing. Jan Schelhaas, Dutch guy, on keyboards. I assume playing like some electric piano in this, as well as synth. I've always found the instrument, the sounds. If the, I'm hearing more instruments than I hadn't quite paid attention so closely to the track before, and so I'm hearing a bit more layers here than in the song that I've compared this to in the past. Although key the the key centers, the tempo, the feel of the track, the overall sound of it does sound like an elongated, extended version of a certain track that I just played a snippet of a bit earlier. Of course, with different lyrics and a more meaningful chorus.
A year or so, the day it comes tomorrow. I saw you on the line.
Oh, I must add, that clarinet we're hearing, that's Jimmy Hastings. Yeah, Pye Hastings' brother. And Pye Hastings is the main driving force behind this album. He's the guy singing here. Yeah.
Between the worlds of fantasy and swirling girls, never knew I'd see a better time. Taking it all away, you and I were having much better than before, better than or after. Doing it all away, you and I we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving, having it all our way. You and I we had much better than before, more than or after. Doing it all away, you and I we had time for nothing more, time to keep on loving, taking it all away.
I gotta say, yeah, hats off here to producer David Hitchcock for helping to develop this really lavish sound that we're hearing, supported by some rich harmonies, and flute, of course, keyboards, just a real overall lush, thick sound. I'm not hearing the Channer sisters on this particular track, but I'm not hearing any female vocals, although they are credited on the album. Hear Geoffrey Richardson's viola on this. Yeah, he's playing some some striking strings kind of in the background here. Hear that dun-na-na-na-na-na-na, like dun-na-na-na-na-na. Something I never learned how to do. All the Way by Caravan, or subtitled With John Wayne's Single-Handed Liberation of Paris. Interesting. I don't think they go into explaining that. We get a bit of an explanation as to what the title is referencing. Although this band is kind of known for its lengthy, silly titles. That tend to be quite common, actually, among some of these bands. Like Hatfield in the North did that too. Because I'm thinking offhand, is that a reference? So, are these lyrics in part inspired by a John Wayne movie? Because I'm not all that familiar with his filmography, but or are they just being whimsical? Because John Wayne and Paris are two things that I don't really think of in the same. Yeah, did John Wayne do any movies that were based in? I think of him as like an old west, as like a western type of. I associate him with that genre anyway. Yeah, the title of the album, interestingly enough, is a reference to Saint Dunstan was the Archbishop of Canterbury and patron saint of the blind. And the title comes from a blind dog at Saint Dunstans, a no coward explanation to a child for why one dog had mounted another. He said that one dog was blind and the other was pushing him to St. Dunstans. Ah. Yeah. And of course, I've always kind of thought, although hearing these all the layers that I was hearing as I paid attention closer, I gotta kind of ease up on the comparison, but I actually made the comparison between that and the earlier song that the structure of this had made me think of, and someone on a message board knew right away which Caravan song I was referring to. Yeah, when I referred to All the Way by Caravan as, or when I referred to the song as that song off Blind Dog at St. Dunstans, that sounds like an elongated version of My Love by Paul McCartney and Wings, with different lyrics, of course. Same basic chords, same tempo, same arrangement, same overall sound, same kind of cushiony, lush vibe overall, same mood, very similar vocals, but much more fortunate lyrics than just a whoa, 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 whoa. I've always wondered, was Paul McCartney just like kicking himself as he was writing that, thinking, damn it, I just cannot think of any lyrics to put in the chorus. I just cannot think of any words to fill that vocal melody I have in line. And oh, on a personal note, My Love was the #1 Billboard song the week that I was born. And another anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks. Yes. Anyway, the track All the Way off the album Blind Dog at St. Dunstans by the Canterbury band Caravan. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Caravan, see the directory of albums by English C artists linked in the description below for reds and purples from the Caravan catalog from 1968 to the early 80s, as well as albums and Ruby Mind albums by like-minded acts like Camel, Curved Air, and some other bands on very different ends of the musical spectrum. And, oh, another comment about the song. I love how the chorus just kept on repeating in the end and kept swelling. And yeah, it was really, the chorus did not wear out its welcome. I enjoyed those endless repetitions as the sound got really lush and full and thick. And then ultimately it just faded off into this whistle. Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, that you could say that drove home the most compelling aspects of it, and that line was quite meaningful. Let's hear it once again. You know, diving in all the way. Must admit we had much better than before, better than or after. So lamenting a relationship that has ended, yet acknowledging that it was the best time of his life, even if he, knows it won't necessarily come back around. Let's see. Oh, a year or so, the day it comes before, I saw you on the line between the worlds of fantasy and swollen girls. Never knew I'd see a better time. Leave a comment if there are interpretations of these lyrics that you have that I may have missed. Maybe you even know some deeper meaning about the subtitle. Anyway, like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximist, signing off.